Welcome to another episode of Dying with Diabetes in America. Of course, I'm Michelle Robinson, and I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Mike Hurley.
Hello, hello. How you doing
today? Yeah,
Back good, huh?
Yeah. It's been a roller coaster week, and
Mhm.
as a diabetic, it's just it's like when you're eating the exact same thing every single day,
Mhm.
and yet you get different results
Such
with
a
every single.
variation in everything.
Yeah,
Like,
and
what's
there's
your
no reason. Mhm.
what's your typical menu? What are you eating every
Okay,
day?
so I'm kind of proud of myself because in the
Mhm.
mornings now I'm having half of a Slim Fast shake
Mhm.
mixed with a cup of kale. Yeah, no, it's awful. But I throw in a teaspoon of Greek yogurt,
Mhm.
a teaspoon of peanut butter,
Mhm.
and a dash of cinnamon.
What makes it Greek yogurt? It likes wrestling with other male Greek
It
yogurts.
totally does. No, John Stamos did a commercial about it. And yeah, I
Women
don't
will
know.
eat
It's thicker
anything
and
John
it's
Stamos puts his face on.
well.
Or should I say women will eat anything with John Stamos' face on it.
There you go. So
There you
yeah,
go.
it's tart. It's tartar. Like it's
Mhm.
tartar. It's not tartar, but it's more tart when you eat it. It's a little bit thicker than normal yogurt.
Mhm.
I'm not sure the schematics of it, but it's better
Mhm.
also normally on carbs. So it's like, okay, so I'll do that and I'll throw in 5 ice cubes. I'll mix it all together, and that's my morning shake. It comes out
Mhm.
like this baby shit green color. Like it's not appetizing to look at,
Mhm.
but you taste it and all you really taste is that peanut butter, the chocolate, and the cinnamon.
Mhm.
Like you know there's kale in it, but
Mhm.
you can stomach it.
Mhm.
And then lunchtime I'll do a spinach salad with red onion, Kalmata olives, and normally like a diced up rotisserie breast to throw in there, and I'll mix that all together with they sell the Olive Garden dressing, and I'm
Mhm.
bananas about that. So I'll just sprinkle that in. That'll be my lunch. Usually I don't even have to even take a needle for that because
Wow.
everything's so low carb. And then
Mhm.
dinner's a crapshoot. It all
Mhm.
depends on what we have pulled out. Like
Mhm.
whether I make, spaghetti sauce or stew or my my absolute favorite's teriyaki chicken. I make my own teriyaki sauce, and it's really pretty awesome. And I get to do it all. Like since I'm making it, I get to put all the Splenda and crap in it, so it's not okay. The sauce alone is 30 carbs.
Mhm.
I get to make it low sugar, so it's good. So I mean, I'm not eating crazy.
Right. Right.
The morning is always the same. Like the morning, and honestly, even the lunch, without fail, is always the same. I always do the
Mhm.
same thing. Stuck on
Yeah.
it. So to
So
see that just
even
constant up and down.
even with basically the same diet every day, and you
Mhm.
got your Libre 2 now, right? So you're
No, it's
monitoring it a
only
little
the
bit there.
Libre one.
Oh, the Libre 1. But still
Hmm.
you're able to zoom and monitor a little bit better,
Exactly.
and you're still all over the place, huh?
Yeah, and I honestly don't understand it.
Mhm.
I've been looking into a lot of different things because I want to get to know more about diabetes. I went into the clinical trial and that taught me so much. But I want to learn more about it. I want to really delve into the different things and
Mhm.
why certain things screw you up. Like, okay, two random things I learned just with deep internet diving. Protein.
Mhm.
If you eat something that is only protein and no carbohydrates,
Mhm.
your body will actually break down the protein and turn it into glucose.
Magic.
I didn't know that, but it's
Mhm.
because your body's like, oh my God, you're giving us protein. That's great and all, but there's no sugar.
Mhm.
I didn't realize that my liver was such a jerk that it's just constantly 24 hours a day dumping sugar into your bloodstream. because people without diabetes, that's what you need. For
Mhm.
me, that's just like an ongoing death wish.
Well, it's probably because 'cause you're not giving it enough Jameson, it's revolting. It's
Hey,
like,
I put cinnamon in my smoothie every morning.
it's not
Not
enough.
healed yet.
Need some of the Irish dark stuff.
Exactly. Oh no, dude. And so, yeah. Also, alcohol. Not gonna lie, if it's not mixed with anything, it doesn't raise your blood sugar because it makes your liver focus on
Mhm.
breaking down. It sounds so bad. Breaking down the alcohol instead of just dumping sugar into you.
So it's a
So it's
good
like
thing.
that's my like fake out. Like
Mhm.
when it's really high and I'm just like,
Mhm.
no, I've taken so much insulin. I just need to start like
Mhm.
there goes the
Yeah.
Jim Beam or whatever.
I'm sure, and let me ask, when you get pulled over, do the cops buy that? You're like, "Look, yes, I have been
Oh,
drinking."
you think I still drive? That's
Aw,
adorable.
no driving anymore, huh?
I avoid it at all costs.
I remember you were driving a golf cart or something for a while, right?
I was,
Picking up
I
a couple of
was.
DUIs in golf carts?
Not if you stay on the sidewalk.
I'm not
But
sure you're
yeah,
allowed to have motor vehicles on a
you
sidewalk.
unless they go over a certain mile per hour.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
and mine didn't. So
right.
I was good.
Mhm,
But it's one of those I don't like driving as much anymore. Like I used to. Obviously, I
mhm,
used to love driving and with all the seizures I've had while I'm driving, it's hard. It makes it
mm,
hard to feel okay to like get behind the wheel. I
yeah,
still every now and do it because, rebel without a cause, but it
mhm,
is what
mm,
it is. I'm fine with
yeah,
it. I'm good.
yeah. Well, there you go. Hey, you were telling me, we were supposed to have a guest tonight, and
We
unfortunately, he had to
were.
reschedule, so we'll definitely get to him in the
Poor
future.
guy is up in Destin, and as you know, being a Florida resident,
Mhm,
Sally or whatever is up there right now, just beating the hell out of him.
mhm,
So totally get it. Really excited to have him on. Hopefully, it'll be
mhm.
next Tuesday.
Yeah,
But another person that I met through the Facebook groups, he created a group
mhm.
actually, Dead Pancreases Society.
Nice.
And yeah, and it was one of those things that, like, again, this is how a lot of diabetics meet people is just through social media groups.
Mhm.
How else are you really? There's not
Sure.
like a bar or whatever.
Yeah, sure. I'd like to, and it sounds like he's got a little bit of the dark side of humor that we look for in someone with
Yes.
diabetes. Wonderful. And you said he actually has a merchandise company?
He does. He does right now. All I've seen is it advertised through Facebook on the Dead
Mhm.
Pancreases Society. But
Mhm.
it's like cool shirts and stuff like
Mhm.
that with like a syringe going down one arm of the shirt and it's pretty badass. I'm excited to hear more about his
Nice.
story.
So we were going to take the night off because we were like,
Yep.
oh well, we lost our guest last minute. We'll just skip over and take care of it next week. But you said there was actually something you wanted to discuss because it was kind of irking you a little bit. So
Okay,
what's up?
so okay, well let's start out with that I feel Dexcom top of the line CGM continuous glucose monitoring
Hmm.
because it gives you more of the trajectory of where your blood sugar is going.
Hmm.
If it's going high, it gives you that. Libre does a lot. I mean, it
Hmm.
does a lot more than any glucometer. You couldn't call it a glucometer, although you can't technically, I don't feel, call it a CGMS because it doesn't alert you. Like
Right.
it doesn't send you an alert of, oh my God, you're going low. I got it via Bluetooth and you need to fix it. It can't alert your family or your friends, because with Dexcom, you could have up to 5 people follow you. So I could put in 5 different telephone numbers that would have gotten notified when I would go too low.
Hmm.
And Libre unfortunately doesn't have that, but that's okay. I love Libre. And then I go on Facebook, and all of a sudden I see this ad pop up that says unlock levels. And it shows this chick wearing like a little patch on the back of her arm. And it's not like a normal patch, it's this weird little levels patch where they illustrate levels. And I was like, all right, let's see what this is. And it's like, can get up to so many sensors for free or whatever. Okay. So I go into it and it's a fitness program.
Mm-hmm.
It's a metabolic fitness program that uses, from at least what I can see when I went on and watched the videos, and the girl was like, I became a cyborg, meh, meh, meh. I got this implanted, meh, meh, meh. And then she's like, you want to see how? And she goes, and you can see the box that says Freestyle Libre sitting right next to her.
Hmm.
And she, the normal ching ching thing that I use,
Mm-hmm.
because we gotta use the ching ching. And she's like, it barely hurt, which thankfully the Libre does not hurt all that much, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
But all I could think was like, I'm sorry. That's great, Chad or Karen, that you get to see how food hits you because you want to know how that Greek salad affects your blood
So
sugar.
you're telling me there's a group of people out there, health nuts, that aren't diabetic, that are using your diabetic medical devices
Yeah,
just to track how their blood
yeah,
sugar changes during meals, so
yeah,
they
to help
can.
them with fitness.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't want to sound hateful. I don't want to sound like this might not
Mm-hmm.
be helpful to some. I think for type 2s, a
Mm-hmm.
CGM would
Mm-hmm.
help proportionally. Like, I can't even imagine what my dad would be like if he saw, like, you're going into the crap
Mm-hmm.
numbers, how that would affect what he
Mm-hmm.
eats. Maybe it wouldn't, but maybe it would. But
Mm-hmm.
like, these people are just using it for fitness.
These people, do you feel like these people, these normies, are appropriating your diabetic
They
culture and
totally are, and
technology?
I want to cancel culture that shit. No, she even said in the video, she was like, "Oh my god, this technology has been approved by the FDA since 1999, and diabetics have been using it for like 2 decades." And I'm like, "Bitch,
It's
do you know how hard we have to fight
it's
for that?"
it's amazing, you diabetics hoarding this
I
technology, keeping
know,
it away
like
from the
we have the
normies.
cure for cancer or something, and we're just hiding it. Just like,
Mhm,
oh, it got, and then I was talking to our first guest, Melissa Oates. Her and I talk constantly, and I was talking to her,
mhm,
and I was like, "Dude, did you see this? Like, they're using it for diet and exercise. Like, they don't even
mhm.
give a shit about the other stuff."
You're like, "I don't even use it for diet and exercise.
No, I use it to know how
To
much medicine
live!
I have to
To
take. Like,
live!"
yeah, I would love to know, Chad. I keep going
Mm,
back to Chad. I would love to know,
yeah,
Chad, how many grams of sugar it raises
mm,
me. But like,
yeah,
I have to give myself a needle at the end. You have to
mm.
do push-ups.
That's right. You use it so you can fit into your bathing suit. I use it so I can stay out of the coffin. There's a difference.
Exactly. And so when I was talking to Melissa about it, she brought up a good point because she had gotten her pump in like the 90s. Like, she
Mhm,
was one of the first people to get a pump.
right.
And she's like, I remember doctors saying that type 2 should have insulin pumps because how would it
Mhm,
be? How much easier would it be if you don't have to remember to take a pill? You just
mhm,
have this background. She goes, and it made it harder for us to get
mhm,
our needs met. And it's
mhm,
like, yeah, because when a company, like, not saying this is how Libra is going to go about it, but I'm sorry, history shows that when the profit means more than the human life,
mhm,
that's where the problem starts. When people stop caring the fact that, like, I need this machine. Yes, I could use lesser, more inaccurate, harder to go by machines, but I need this to dose my life saving medicine.
mhm,
And it's not even the fact that we haven't touched on all the knowledge, like the protein being broken down to glucose, which I unfortunately never knew. High fat food makes anybody insulin resistant. So it makes your body work twice as hard to break that down into energy.
Mhm.
Now, that can cause type 2 diabetes in people when their cells just can't do it anymore. But these are things I didn't know. And to hold back a technology like this and make it so hard to get, how is that making anything better?
Hmm. But I mean, do you think there's people? Do you think there's really such um, a calling for it right now for from the health crazed people that it is affecting the ability to supply the
It's the
equipment to people with
beginning.
diabetes?
So
Is
no,
it
I don't think right now it's pulling. Shut up, nobody likes you. Oh, I have to zoom myself. Hold on. I was
okay?
going low. But I I believe that it right now it's just the beginning, but this
Hmm.
is when we need to jump on it. And we
Hmm.
need to help fuck you.
What are you
To
at?
I'm high.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm not really high. I'm 140,
Hmm.
which okay, I'm also going really aggressive with my numbers right now. I'm trying to
Hmm.
keep them in a very tight control.
Hmm.
But I also, like I've stated before, I've started to feel my lows again,
Yeah.
which is a huge, huge, big thing.
Hmm.
Lovely.
Hmm.
And so I know that the tighter control I keep, the easier it'll be for me to feel my lows. And until
Hmm.
I get something that's going to alert me and saying, like, oh my God, you're going low because
Hmm.
Amazon didn't deliver your package and you were sad and you cried.
Hmm.
Until I get something like that, I have to be so much more careful.
Right.
But
Right.
I don't think they're gonna really change anything now. The little video promoting it pissed me off because
Hmm.
it literally did sound like the girl was like, "Hey, diabetics have been hiding the secret for years,"
Hmm.
and it was,
Well, you
"Oh,
guys are like Wakanda. It's about time you start sharing your technology with the rest of the world.
dude, I mean, come on, we all need to eat healthier and lose weight, and we'll fix ourselves anyway, right?"
But I can tell you're a bit bitter. I feel like we're
Damn.
like a month away from you being on a picket line with like diabetic lives matter, DLM, and just like, well, we want working pancreases. When do we want them? Today would be good.
No, not in 5 years, because
Yeah,
that's
it's
such a
always
common
5 years.
joke. Yeah,
It's
it's
always
5
5
years.
years.
It's gonna be in
Mm-hmm.
5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But it shows how they're taking technology. It would be like using chemotherapy for something
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't medically need it.
I don't know. I'll tell you right now. You sound a bit bitter.
I
I
am.
I imagine a thermometer was first invented to like track something, and then like the first time someone used it for anything else, they're like, "Can you believe these people
No, I'm sorry,
using
it
a
used to go up your
thermometer?"
ass. So you know what? They can do that with their CGMs
Mm,
and get like an Eversense. Those are the
mm,
implantable ones. They're good for like 3 months. Get that
mm,
implanted up your ass,
mm.
and then we can talk. Then you're sacrificing
Just
for your
just to play
cause.
devil's advocate, don't you think maybe there's a good thing? Like if it becomes more of the norm and more people want them, then companies are going to be like, look, before we were just servicing, what percentage of the population has diabetes. Now they're like, there's a whole new market we can manufacture and sell to, so we can
We can
start.
make it cheaper
We
and
can,
crappier because we
mm,
can sell it to the masses. And you
yeah,
know what? Your diabetic pals, well, hey, you
hmm
guys were just living off of putting blood onto a stick. You'll be fine.
look, I think it's been proven time and time again that our cell phones, our laptops, cameras, all that technology came from advancements from us putting stuff on a space shuttle, trying to make things small enough to go into space. So I think if we shoot a couple more diabetics into space, we're going to have some
There you
great
go.
equipment within the next 20 years.
And if I
So
didn't
let's
get so
strap you
car
guys to
sick,
some rockets. I
no,
mean,
no, if I didn't get
come
so
on.
car
Why
sick,
waste good
I'd be like,
monkeys
bloop,
anymore?
yes,
you know?
Mars. Let's see if
Yeah.
the Mars
Training dogs and
dust,
cats so
dust.
expensive. Strap a couple of
Fucking
diabetics, preferably type 1, onto a rocket. What's the worst that can happen?
it makes me sad. It makes me
Mhm.
sad because people are thinking that this is and you know what? I'm sure like the people that do keto and stuff like that, you're putting your body through a lot. You
Mhm.
need to be aware, but you also need to go by your doctor's instruction. And I
Mhm.
think by putting this into people's hands, into the everyday person's hands, is
Mm,
one going to give them a complex of type 1 zeros, people who know nothing about diabetes, but will tell you how you should do your diabetes. So this is going to
mm,
make them like, well, grapefruit only rises me 5 points on my glucose. I
mhm.
don't know why you can't handle it. Mm-mm.
Uh,
So between that and just the nobody's they're still not going to care. They're not going to understand. It's not helping my cause at all.
mhm.
It's just showing people that, like, yeah, if you eat a banana and you don't work out right away, your blood sugar is going to pop up just a little and then come back down because you have a working pancreas.
So you think this is more like a fad, trendy thing than an actual useful tool for working out?
I hope it is. And that sounds bad, but I hope it is. I hope that the problem comes more from people not being able to afford it.
Mhm.
And then them going, "Oh my god, why is it so much money?" And then us all standing in the back going, "We know."
Welcome to our world. Yeah,
Exactly. You
yeah.
don't get a t-shirt. We can't afford them.
Well, who knows? I can see it going either way. I almost side more with the fact that if more people know what these things are and what they do and brings more attention to it, it's only going to get better for
But they're
manufacturing.
but they're only going to know what it does for them and their friends' healthy pancreases. You're
Mhm.
still not addressing the problem. You're still not saying,
Mhm.
like, that's great for you. Let's show
Mhm.
you a little introductory video of somebody who has to use it because they'll die if they don't.
Mhm.
That would bring the type of awareness that I would want. And then, yeah, offer it. I'm sure there's probably actors and stars that would love to know if
Mhm.
their super green kale, avocado, whatever
Mhm.
other grass you can throw in there
Mhm.
helps your body. It's like, yeah, go for that.
Mhm.
But don't do it as a way of, it seems, demeaning
Mhm.
to people that need it to live.
Mm, I think it's going to be a tough sell. I think it's going to be a tough sell with the whole you're appropriating diabetic culture. I'm just not even
As everything is with
sure.
diabetes. Have you
Yeah,
not heard of the cinnamon? I mean, come on.
yeah.
I've been
You're like
fighting that
this.
shit for
This is
years.
for us. This is our thing. It's coming off as very me ish.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Like, so there's a zoo, and I don't remember where. It might have been in Australia. They had a
Mm,
koala who
mm,
had diabetes,
mm-hmm,
and they shaved a part of its back and they put
mm.
a Dexcom on it. And I'm like,
Oh,
that's beautiful. Like, that
mm,
is wonderful. You are showing that, yes, of course humans need it, but
mm.
everybody needs
And
it.
there was also a bigger buffer koala on the other side of the cage who that koala just sat there staring
Made
at
fun
going,
of
he's
them.
not even diabetic. I don't know why he's over there with a six pack and a Dexcom while I'm over here just eating my leaves, trying to go about my day, sleeping as much as
So,
possible.
okay, fine, hater, hater, hater. I would put it more this way. I
Okay.
don't think people's insurances should cover it. If you
Hmm.
want it, you
Hmm.
should have to pay full price for it.
Oh, I agree with that. If it's not a
But it's
medical
not.
necessity.
No, it's right. It says right on the stupid thing on how to get free sensors.
Oh, well, that's a whole new level that we haven't addressed yet.
Hidden
So,
levels.
yeah. So basically, this whole fitness program is telling you that if you have insurance, the insurance companies, which
It's fill out a short questionnaire, and
you've fought over
mhm,
and over just to get your supplies to
yeah,
you, and you have diabetes,
yeah.
and now these
And I
people.
still could pay through the nose for it
Mhm,
if the insurance decided they didn't want to do it. Then I'd have to pay out of pocket. I have a
right,
medical reason that I need it.
right, and
But
now
this on there, they're like, fill out the questionnaire and we can tell you how much you'll save or where you'll get. No, no. You pay full price. This is the opposite of Appliance
you
Direct.
sound like a very angry buffet owner right now. Like
Appliance Direct. Come on,
you,
like, let's
you,
get
you
with
pay full price. You've been here 3 hours. You eat too much.
it.
You go now. One
No,
plate.
all you
One
can eat.
plate.
you're being racist.
I'm not be You're just sitting here talking crap about the health and fitness
I know,
community
but
for the
I'm not
past 10
making
minutes.
fun of buffet
I'm not
owners,
making fun of
people.
either.
You totally did, dude. You
I am
totally
not.
did.
I was doing a John Panette sketch.
I know. No, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
Mhm,
Oh God! Then when he went to Italy and manja,
mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell me
it's
what I'm doing. I
beautiful.
know what I'm doing.
Whatever. So, I
Whatever.
mean, I applaud that people are looking at the different reasons why they may be gaining weight
Mhm.
and why maybe their workouts don't seem to work for them.
Yeah.
However, again, it shouldn't be so hard to get something that I need medically. When
Yeah.
now they're selling them for fun.
Yeah. I just. I get what you're saying, like
Mhm.
100%. And if there's a shortage of supply, then that's an issue. Like if people that don't have a medical necessity are getting these over people like you, or the insurance company is just fast passing to these people who are using it for health and fitness and making you guys jump through hoops for it, then I
Yeah.
totally agree. But on the other side of it, it's like, eh,
But who holds that accountable? Who really goes in and says, okay, what was the diagnostic need for this? Okay, how much did insurances pay when the diagnostic
mm.
need was for type 1
So you
diabetes?
think there's someone sitting on a phone somewhere and a diabetic's calling going, I really need this. They're like, well, we're going to talk to your doctor. On the other line, they got someone going, look, I'm just trying to lose a couple inches before summer. Is there any way we can get this to me? And she's like, girl, I know what you're saying. I'm sending that right out. In fact, I'm giving you the one that this girl on the other line's begging for. She's dying, but she's all like, blah, 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 blah,
I'm
blah.
not
And
going
you
to
know
lie.
she's fat.
Female number one, I've
Mm
been her.
hmm.
I've
Mm
been begging on the
hmm. Mm
phone,
hmm. Mm hmm.
going, this is the only way right now that I can check my blood sugar.
Right.
This is the only way that it tells me what I've been since the last time I checked my
Mm hmm.
blood sugar.
Mm hmm.
Like, s- Libre gives you a better look on the past than it does in the future, whereas
Mm,
Dexcom is more future based.
right.
Libre is great on knowing, like, I can look back and go, oh my God, the coffee really screwed me up today.
Mm. I I just don't see a trend picking up. Like maybe it's because I hate needles, and it's like even if I was back into my
But
like full
these
on
people
gym
are
and health
eating
days,
kale on purpose by
yeah,
itself.
and that's right up there with becoming half android.
I
You know,
know.
just
But
jabbing
like,
yourself.
oh, yeah,
What's the site
I'm
on
such
your?
a cyborg. I'm like, bitch, you know how many machines I've been
Mm.
hooked up to at any one point.
Yeah,
I'm better.
I saw
Yeah.
some girl the other day that had a chip like implanted into the fleshy part between her thumb and first finger,
Okay.
and she used it to open like digital locks on her
I've
entertainment cabinet
seen
and stuff like
that.
that. And I just felt like that was she might be someone who would go ahead and get like a glucometer just to be
But you
able
know what?
to
I don't
work out
hate her for having that
the
stupid thing
little
stuck in
boop,
her
boop.
hand.
Yeah.
Whatever, you do you. You paid
Hmm.
for it because God knows insurance wouldn't. So
Hmm.
you do.
Yeah.
If
I just.
these people pay full price, I probably would not. I wouldn't have a problem with it until I saw a lack of supplies
Yeah.
on my end.
I just don't get the little unlocked chip in your thumbprint. So, because she's showing off the entertainment center, and she's like, "So now I can lock up my
Beep.
DVDs." I'm like, "Wait a minute, you're so technologically advanced. You got a chip in your hand, yet you're protecting DVDs. Everything's streaming now, lady. You don't need DVDs.
Exactly.
It seems like
And somebody's
you
just going to
missed a
go in
step."
and cut your hand off and then be like, open.
Yeah,
And they
I
can
just
steal
found out
your
recently.
version of Pretty Woman.
Yeah, I found out recently that doesn't work. Like the whole ripping an eye out to get past the eye scanner or cutting off.
Really?
And I'm
Movies
like,
have been lying to me all this time? You're
man,
kidding me.
how bad do you think people have to feel when they get to like that eye scanner and they just got a ripped out eye and they're like, wow.
Bleep!
And they got to go back to the guy they took the eye from and be like, Bob, I'm sorry, man. I really thought that was going to work out. Like, it was kind of needless. Took your eye, still couldn't get in. Should have just gave me the key, man. This was ridiculous.
Exactly. I mean, I just, so technology, I think, is doing great. It really is.
Hmm.
I wish I wish there was just more work on the diabetics end. And,
Mm.
they're coming out with all these different things with the closed loop pancreas and
Well,
what have you.
you know what you gotta do. You
Mhm.
gotta find a way to give diabetes to everybody in the world because not enough people have diabetes, and it's just a slow progress to get from point A to point B. Yet with COVID, as soon as it affected the world, there's
Oh,
already
shit.
talks. There are already talks within like 2 more months. They're saying we're gonna be ready for human
Great. So
trials.
I can have Trumpers tell me fake news. Your
Mm-hmm.
pancreas works.
I'm just saying it's taken 8 months for the whole world to come together, and they're like, okay, we think we got this COVID thing figured out. If you got the whole
uh,
world like turned them all into diabetics, we would have this figured out in less than a year.
I mean, it's so like I read a really interesting thing, and it was, out of all the diabetics in the world, less than 5% are type 1.
I told you that. That was on my fact thing.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
I
was
was
literally
reading it in other ways. But do you
that.
also know that only 5% of the pancreas produces insulin?
Oh, what's the other 95% doing all day long?
They actually produce enzymes for
Mm-hmm.
digestion.
Mm-hmm.
So I was picked from a very very small pool
Mm-hmm.
of unlucky participants who had an organ with a very, very small chance
Mm-hmm.
screwing up,
Mm-hmm.
being the only type 1 diabetic in my family. Like, come on. If that's not the worst lottery winning ever,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what is.
No.
It's BS. And 2 failed transplants.
I think
And
we're
I'm
gonna call
allergic to
this
bunnies.
episode Woe is Michelle.
We should.
This
No, it's the
episode is
end of the world as we know it.
yeah.
Come on, we're gonna have 2 full moons come October. We're due werewolves.
I know, we finally got a decent full moon for Halloween, and there's no
And
Halloween.
Halloween's on a Saturday.
Mm,
That's such BS.
It's a wasted holiday.
I was like, I want to make my costume. I'm like, oh, babe, I don't know if we're gonna go to people's houses. She's like, no, that's cool. I just want to make a plague mask, the
Mm.
the old school
Oh yeah,
plague
I got a buddy
masks.
that makes those out of leather. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
don't let my
it'll be
daughter hear
good.
that.
I'm gonna put down some yellow caution tape 6 feet away from my door. I'm gonna
I'm gonna
get a little.
throw candy at
Get,
you.
I'm gonna get a little string, attach it to a bell. When they come ring, and they
No,
just
get a grabber. You
yeah,
remember the grabber?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Get
yeah.
a grabber, and that's how you can give the candy out.
Yeah, that's still even the grabber is only what 2 feet, 3 feet max is the longest one I've seen.
It's true. We
Yeah.
might make her a scythe, and maybe a scythe that's kind of a scoop, so
Hmm.
she could scoop and then hand it out.
Or maybe she just
Ooh.
attaches her bag to the end of the scythe and they can drop it in, kind of like
Exactly. No,
those
you know how much I'm
long
gonna
fishing
have
poles.
to friggin' bleach everything she gets home?
Mm.
I'm just not ready.
Remember when you just had to check for needles and razor blades and not COVID? Oh, those were the
Remember
days.
when you had to check for drugs because people honestly thought that others
Mm.
would give out free drugs?
Yeah. My buddy Carmen Valone used to be like, he's like, you're not supposed to trick or treat because people are putting razors in the candy. He's like, have you bought a pack of razors lately? They're like $10 for 3. He's like, I hope I get razors. Sheesh. I can get
I'm gonna
chocolate
harvest
anywhere.
the shit out of that.
Yeah, I can finally shave.
It's bananas. But
Hmm.
I mean, I think that with everything, with you know everybody being home and it being hard. I
Hmm.
mean, I don't know about you, but this is shitty. This
Hmm.
is hard.
Hmm.
It's hard.
I think
W-
after 7 months of everybody wearing masks, Halloween would be the time when people didn't wear masks and came door to door.
Right.
Like, dude, I totally
Oh!
forgot what you look like. That's ridiculous.
Have a T-shirt on that just says "COVID patient." Ooh, and everybody would get scared.
Yeah. What I
That would
like
be
to
good.
do is I like to because I usually take the kids trick or treating, which means
Right.
people aren't here to pass out candy. So
Right.
I'll take my little stool, and I'll take my bucket, and I'll make a sign, and it says, "Please take one." And leave the rest for other trick or treaters. And then
Mhm.
I'll just put one wrapper at the bottom. So it looks like It looks like
I thought
someone.
you were going such the other way with this. I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
it's really sweet. Whatever. I do that
Yeah,
shit too. But the first person that comes by dumps it.
dumps the whole
That's
thing.
great.
Yeah, that way it just kids who get there think that A, either they got there too late, or B, exactly, some kid got there first and dumped it. Either way, I'm off the hook, you know? But,
Your
you know,
house isn't getting egged this year.
well, that's why I always like election season being so close to Halloween because I see all the Trump signs up right now and it helps me figure out whose house is getting TP'd on Halloween.
No, that's where you go. No, they're serving snack size candies. I
Mhm.
want the full size. I'm sorry.
That's right. Yeah, I don't go to those houses because they only give those miniatures because they like their hands to look bigger than they really are when they're
The
eating them.
popcorn peanut candy.
Yeah. Oh, the
Because
marshmallow stuff.
it's
Yeah.
the same color
Or
as
just
his face.
the wrapped orange, the waxy wrapped orange and black ones with no name. Where are they?
Oh
Brusks or
God. Oh,
branches or something like that? Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Ah, that's great. That there.
Mhm. Yeah. Halloween has to be great for diabetics. I'm like, are you trying to kill me? Every
Dude,
door I go
I'm not
to,
gonna lie. Like,
overdosing.
my biggest problem was remembering to throw out the extra candy because, like,
I
I after any Halloween, I would
still
keep
got
a
some in the pantry from
yeah,
last year.
exactly.
Yeah.
I would keep a bag by the bed, so
Mhm.
just in case blood sugar went low or whatever,
Mhm.
I was ready. But like it would last me so long that all of a sudden 9 to 10 months later, I'm like,
Mm.
oh, oh, I broke a tooth.
Yeah. I
Not
never
good.
cared much for Snickers, and now that's one of my favorites. I
I
love the
love
little miniature Snickers. I
Snickers.
love Reese's Pieces. I love Kit
Love
Kat.
Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
Milky Way, and it's still Milky Way
Used to
dark
love Milky
chocolate.
Way. Yeah. But then I
Milky Way
think my
dark chocolate.
Snickers cravings replaced the Milky Way because Milky Way is like half a Snickers, basically.
No,
It's
it
like
totally is. But have
you
you
got the
had the dark
chocolate, the
chocolate,
nougat.
the
Yeah.
midnight Milky
Yeah.
Way?
Because Milky Way doesn't have caramel in it, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Does it? It's been a
Yes.
while since I had one. So it's the nougat, the caramel, and the chocolate, and basically Snickers just adds the
Yeah, the
peanuts.
peanuts.
That's the only difference you think?
Yeah,
Hmm. Kind of
but
like
the
Mounds and Almond Joy. Uh,
I could
I
eat either.
see. I don't like Almond Joy, but basically I'll eat
Mm.
around the almonds and it's a mound, so I can deal with it.
I love the consistency. I love the taste. I love
Mm.
everything about the coconut. It
Yeah, yeah.
And it's so funny because when I was over in Hawaii, I
Hmm.
hated the taste of like the coconut water and the coconut
Mm.
milk
Yeah,
and
this
shit
isn't
like that.
processed and sugary. Yeah,
Now I'm just like, why the hell am I drinking this and having to take a needle? It's stupid.
so
Um,
unfair.
yeah. So, and my daughter's actually, they're having to do a science project. She's
Hmm.
like, hey, mom, I want to do it on diabetes. I'm like, hell yeah, let's out some restaurants. We'll go
Yeah.
places. I'll get a Diet Coke and we'll
Mm-hmm.
just test it right there. And we'll be
Mm-hmm.
able to see, like, your Diet Coke machine is not acceptable
Mhm.
because it happens.
Mhm. Yeah, and can we also do a test where we call out people without diabetes for wearing glucometers? Can we do that too?
Dude, I'm ready to shank some people, like,
Mm.
chisel it off their arm. Where did you get the Libre?
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to be better about my health. Bitch, you have to inject yourself. It's the way it's gonna have to be. I mean, I'm
Is that it?
sorry.
Like, is that the deal? Like, if they're gonna wear it, then they gotta be all about that life and do
Well,
saline
then they're gonna give
injections.
me their pancreas, their working pancreas.
Mm. Mm-mm.
No,
Not sure
I
that's
don't
how it
think it would.
works.
I don't think it would work either. I watch a lot of forensic files, so we could
Yeah.
make it work.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're just gonna have to come to terms with the fact that all the cool kids are trying to look like they're diabetics.
Okay. Oh, that's adorable. I never even thought about that. I'm a trendsetter. Trendsetter.
Trendsetter. Yeah.
Whatever. Awesome.
Hmm.
I could do
Yeah,
that.
maybe that's it now too. Like when you're walking down the street, if it becomes such a norm, people won't look at you anymore, and they'll be like, "Now there's a woman that cares about her body."
Should not when they look at the rest of
You can
me.
start wearing like yoga pants and just hang around outside gyms. They'll be like, "Oh my god, she is one of those fitness
You
people."
want me to horrify small children at this point? There are certain people that should not wear spandex.
Not asking you to do stuff you don't already do.
That's true, but I stay inside my house. Don't spit out your water. It would still be funny.
Oh, simmer down, shut in.
I like being a hermit.
Mm.
Nobody likes you.
Are you
That
high? You high?
no, I hit I guess snooze
Mhm,
on the last time instead of like, hey, I'm groovy.
mhm.
We're gonna check. Oh no, I'm 108.
Look at you.
It was beautiful.
And I don't wanna come back down.
So, I mean, I wanted to bitch about this new
Mhm,
fitness program because, yeah, it's kind of a kick in the nuts. I mean,
mhm.
come on. What if people on oxygen all of a sudden realize that fitness people were like, breathing pure oxygen is going to get you the most out of your workouts?
They already do that. They have oxygen bars and stuff.
Oh,
You think
fuck
those
them.
people with emphysema was like, "Hey, we do this 'cause
I
we have
I
to.
bet you they
And why
were.
you putting flavors in it?
But
This
they
ain't supposed to be
couldn't
paving."
yell about it because
Yeah,
they have
it's like,
emphysema.
there you go. And they
Some
didn't know that
bullshit.
diabetics wait around for something to yell at.
Exactly. We do. I mean, come on. I stab myself with a needle
Mhm,
15 times a day.
mhm. Yeah, I don't
I get a
if it's
little edgy.
if it's any consolation, I don't think it's gonna this craze is gonna take off.
I hope if it does, it only brings better technology to
Mhm,
people with diabetics.
yeah. But like I said, the plus side is if it gets really popular, then when people see you, they're gonna be like, "There's a girl that trains."
Great, because I always dreamed to be popular.
You look it.
But I guess my other bitch about that is it tells you with the different foods you put in and it shows you the differences and it seems to give you a big insight in foods.
Mhm,
Whereas with our normal shit, it
mhm.
doesn't do that. Now it does say on their site that you can win so many sensors, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if their sensors are the stickers that go on top of the Freestyle Libre. So,
Mhm,
like, that's the way they could be screwing people. It's like, okay, you got to pay for the Freestyle Libre. And
mhm.
then you got to, ooh, we might
Agreed.
send you these sensors for free.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to send me over what's the name of this place? What's the link? Because I went looking
Levels.com.
that's just levels.com. That sounds like a handyman's dream site. Like you just go
I'll
there, every
send it
type of
to you in case
bubble
it's anything different. I was looking it up because I couldn't find it at first because I blocked it on Facebook because it pissed me off.
mhm.
And so, oh, levelshealth.com.
Levelshealth.com. I'll take a look at it and then I'll jump on the bandwagon next week and complain about it.
Be
You know
like,
what?
Michelle, you're just
Maybe I'll
working.
maybe I'll just set up a profile and start trolling them. Like, how can you do this? Take
Oh
supplies.
my God, can you be the customer service like
Yeah,
bitch from Best Buy? That would be
100%.
great.
100%.
I like that. Yes. Yeah, we can wrap it. I thought we were going to have a short episode today, but
I was hoping.
we're funny.
You
So
want
what
to
are you going to
complain
do?
about let's just recap. You wanted to talk about how you eat the same thing every day and it doesn't
And
matter,
nothing ever
and then
works the same
these
way.
non-diabetics are jumping in and appropriating your technology.
Oh, your children. So
Are adorable.
yes, exactly.
Mhm,
So it's been fun talking to you about this.
mhm.
I can't wait. Hopefully next week we get our awesome person to be on, Daniel. So we'll see how that
Yeah.
works. But that's
What
if
we
he
should do
survives
is
Hurricane
thrive
Sally.
together. We should what a terrible thing to say. We
He
should
will.
we should get someone from Levels Health to come on and just talk about how awesome it is to use diabetic technology for anything but diabetes.
I hope they step on an insulin pen needle. Not with insulin in it, because that would kill them, but
Mm.
an insulin pen needle. Just the needle on its own. It goes right in their toe.
You're a bitter, cynical woman.
I am. Made my face hurt.
That's what I do.
All right. Well,
All
I'm
right.
going to let you go because it's been fun. It's been
Yeah, I
like over an
should
hour.
have really pressed record. This would have been good.
Screw it. All right. Say goodbye, Mike.
Goodbye, Mike.
Have a great day.